Hello, my lovies. Welcome back, and this time we're reading a fan-made story by Lovely Noctis, or as I know him, Joseph. This is fan-made, and his creepypasta is named Graven Hollow. It is really good. It is very, very good. Gotta buckle in for this one, because this is gonna take so long. I do too, but I'm not drinking it right now. Okay. And I did steal this from you, by the way, Noctis. I did indeed steal everything from you, but I changed the whole story around to match how I do my stuff, so. Those who have glimpsed him truly glimpsed, speak of his hair first. Long, black as a starless night, streaked through with strands of bleeding white and deep, dark red, like rivers of old blood frozen in silk. It flows even when the air is still, as if it moves to a music only he can hear. Graven Hollow's body is unlike anything human. He is not skeletal, nor bloated like unnatural muscle. He is carved like a statue of a forgotten god, with a body that is impossibly perfect, balanced, and terrifyingly strong. Every inch of him speaks of power and speed beyond mortal understanding, a predator not built for this world. But you would never know it at first glance. He hides it beneath baggy, ragged clothing, heavy torn coats, and long pants, the fabric whispering around him as he moves. The clothes seem ancient, tattered by time itself, yet they never fall away. No one knows if he wears them to hide his true form, or mock the mortals who cower before him. Snug over his shoulder, he always carries a bag. A heavy, worn thing, stitched crudely together from different fabrics, some even say from old human garments. The bag moves sometimes, gently, as if something inside shifts in restless sleep. No one knows what's in it. Those few who got close enough to hear it swore they could catch faint sounds, like whispering or scratching, leaking from its seams. Some believe it carries the souls of the ones he's taken. Others say it's filled with forgotten memories ripped out of the minds of those who dared to look at him for too long. And a few whisper that it holds something far worse, a piece of the world that Graven Hollow has already claimed, severed and stuffed away where no light can reach. But the truth? No one lives long enough after seeing the bag to tell. Hee hee hee. Eyes down low, don't seek his face. No weapon wins, no light, no place. The hollow walks when silence falls. You call, you look, you lose it all. Hee hee hee. I had hee 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 in between. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do this, because I'm not gonna be able to sing it, so I'm gonna speak it. Because I do not know the notes and I don't want to sing it wrong. Tattered coat and broken grin, Graven Hollow's creeping in. Bag of whispers, bag of cries, watch the shadows, close your eyes. If you see him, do not run, you're already done, you're already done. And now we have the origin, which is the story before the main story, as I call it. I had to move all of your stuff around, so I'm so sorry if it's not the way that you wanted it to be, but I had to. Because it was very unorganized before. So I organized it into a way that I like. Please don't kill me. Anyway. They say there's something in the woods, something tall, something that waits. Nobody knows when the legend of Graven Hollow began. Some swear it's older than the town itself. Others think it's something newer, born from all the grief and anger this place has buried over the years. Either way, if you ever find yourself walking the forest past midnight, you'll feel him before you ever see him. The first sign is the cold, a sudden drop in the air, like someone opened the door to a crypt. Then the silence. Not the normal hush of the woods, a true silence. No wind, no chirping. Even your own heartbeat sounds distant, like it's afraid to make noise. Then, if you're unlucky, you might catch the sight of him. A shadow at first, shifting between the trees, too fast for your mind to register. You'll rub your eyes, telling yourself it's nothing, just nerves, a trick of the light. But if you look long enough, if you stare, you'll see it. Graven Hollow. 9 feet tall, towering, a frame so unnaturally slim it looks like it should collapse under its own height, yet it moves with terrifying grace, like a flicker of smoke caught in the wind. His face, if you can call it that, is carved with a cruel kind of elegance, sharp, defined, almost regal, yet wrong. Eyes that seem too deep, like pits carved into his skull, always watching but never blinking, and when he smiles, it's not with lips. It's with the tearing stretch of shadow across the lower half of his face. Some say Graven Hollow isn't even real, that when you think you're seeing him, you're only seeing the memory of him, a perfect echo burned into the fabric of the forest, a shadow left behind by something that has already moved on, or maybe something that never really existed at all. But he speaks. A deep, resonant voice, heavier than any thunder you've ever heard. It doesn't matter how fast you run, you'll hear him whisper, not behind you, not beside you, but inside your chest. I see you. The worst mistake you can make is locking eyes with him, because once you do, it's not him you're seeing, it's the hollow, a ghostly imprint that traps your gaze while the real Graven Hollow moves, swift, silent, until he's already standing behind you, so close you can feel the chill of his breath on your skin. No one knows what happens after that. Some say he drags you into the trees, into the earth itself. Others claim he doesn't have to touch you at all, that just seeing him, truly seeing him, unravels something inside your mind that can never be stitched back together. The missing posters around town? People blame wild animals, accidents, but if you listen to the right voices late enough at night, you'll hear the truth whispered through trembling lips. Graven Hollow chooses who he shows himself to, and once you see him, you never unsee him. And then you have the lore, or as you called it, the forbidden theory, the seed of the hollow. Among the oldest occult texts, the one written in blood, buried in forgotten catacombs, or locked away in black libraries, there is one theory about Graven Hollow that even the bravest refuse to speak out loud. The theory says Graven Hollow is not a being, he is a seed, a fragment of something infinitely greater, a piece of an ancient horror that existed before the universe was born, a consciousness older than stars, dreaming in the dark between realities. The bag he carries, it's not filled with souls, it's not filled with memories, it's filled with pieces of the world, cut, torn, and fed into the seed inside of him. Every life he takes, every shadow he claims, every fear he stirs, they are all food. Graven Hollow moves through the world, quietly devouring it, not all at once, slowly, patiently. A few souls here, a sliver of time there, a forgotten town erased from maps and memory without a trace. When the bag is full, when the seed within him has grown fat and strong enough, the thing that created Graven Hollow will awaken. And when it does, there will be no salvation, no armies, no gods, no hope, only the endless, hollow dark. Hee hee hee. Hi, Dizzy. And now we're on the main story. The forest wasn't supposed to be this dark. Even with the full moon hanging above, the trees swallowed the light, twisting it into the shadows that seemed to move when I wasn't looking. Come on, faster, Emily hissed, grabbing my sleeve and dragging me along the narrow trail. Her breathing was ragged, shallow, not from running, but from terror. I couldn't help it. I looked back. That's when I saw him. Tall, taller than anyone should be. Long black hair, falling like a waterfall, streaked with white and streaks of something darker, almost red? His clothes hung off his body in tatters, but underneath you could see the silhouette was wrong, too perfect, too still. In the bag, it bumped lightly against his side as he stood there, waiting. He didn't move, didn't chase, didn't blink, just watched. My legs froze up like they were locked in ice. My heart punched against my ribs, but it wasn't beating fast enough to matter. I heard Emily whimper to me. She had seen him too. Then he tilted his head, just a fraction, almost curious. That's when we heard it, a voice so deep, so heavy it seemed to crawl up from dirt itself. I see you. Emily screamed and yanked my arm so hard I almost fell. We ran, crashing through branches, stumbling over roots, but it didn't feel real, like running through a nightmare. Every step forward dragged like we were moving through tar. No matter how fast we sprinted, no matter how wild our panic, every time I glanced over my shoulder, I saw him standing there, closer, closer. Every time I blinked, he seemed to fold into the shadows, disappearing, only to reappear feet ahead without ever making a sound. Emily tripped. I caught her, pulling her back up, my hands slipping on the mud. We could see the road ahead, just a few feet more. Just a few seconds more. Bag of whispers, bag of cries. I realized too late that I was humming under my breath, the rhyme, the stupid children's rhyme. The bag he carried gave a little shudder. It almost sounded hungry. I didn't dare look at his face again, didn't dare stop. Emily stumbled out of the trees first, dragging me with her, both of us tumbling into the gravel and dust of the empty road. I expected to hear footsteps behind us, but there was nothing. Only the soft hush of the trees and the low, distant chuckle of something too ancient to understand. We didn't look back, not once. Because some part of us knew, if we did, Graven Hollow would be waiting. The night after. I didn't sleep. After we made it back to town, after we slammed the door to my house and bolted every lock, Emily sat on the couch, knees to her chest, rocking back and forth without saying a word. I stayed awake all night, watching the windows, waiting, when nothing came. I don't know if that was my mom or if that was rain. What the heck? That was neither. That was a hiss. Okay, that's rain. We're fine. Anyway. Oh no. No, I just heard something and I was like, is that like William, or was that my mom, or was it rain? Like, what was that? Anyway. But nothing came. By the time the first gray light of dawn seeped into the sky, Emily had finally fallen asleep, head slumped against my shoulder, breathing uneven and broken. I must have blinked. Just once. Just for a second. When I opened my eyes again, she was gone. No sound, no struggle, just gone. The spot where she had been sitting was still warm, the couch cushions still dented, but no sign of her. Only a faint, dusty smell in the air, like old fabric and something deeper, older, hollow. My reckoning. Panic punched through me. I tore through the house, screaming her name, throwing open every door, every closet. I ran into the street, barefoot, still yelling, until the neighbors turned on their porch lights and peered out. When I told them about Emily, they just looked at me, confused, empty. Emily who? You feeling all right, son? Maybe you should go lie down. Nobody remembered her. Not my parents, not her friends, not even her own sister. I went to her house, the one with the blue shutters in the overgrown yard, and found it boarded up, abandoned, dust choking the windows like it had been that way for years. But I remember her. I remember her. Her laugh, her scream, the way her hand clutched mine in the woods. The memory burns in my mind like a brand. Everywhere I go now, I catch glimpses of him. What the hell? My ghosts don't like you. Or they don't like me. Not fully, just pieces. A tall shadow in a crowd, a torn sleeve disappearing around a corner, the whisper of a bag brushing against the ground. Sometimes at night I hear the nursery rhyme in my dreams, sung in a voice that is not human. Bag of whispers, bag of cries, and sometimes when I wake up I can hear his scratching, coming from the foot of my bed. I don't know how much longer I can last, but I know this. Graven Hollow didn't just take her, he erased her, and soon, he's coming for me. It's been years. I learned to live with the missing piece inside me. At first it was small, a hollow ache behind my ribs, a chill in the back of my skull, but as the seasons passed it grew. There are days when I forget words, faces blur, memories slip through my fingers like water. No matter how tightly I try to hold them, I still remember Emily, but sometimes when I picture her, her face is empty, a shadow warped, and a laugh I can't quite hear anymore. I know what's happening. Graven Hollow didn't take my body, he took something worse. He took a sliver of my soul from me, dragged it into his cursed bag, and left me there. Broken, unfinished. A half-ghost walking in a world that doesn't notice when I pass by. People look through me now. Sometimes I even look through myself. I've grown old. My hair has grayed, my hands have withered, but the hollow in my chest has stayed the same, untouched by time. Tonight I feel it, the pull, the summoning. I know it's time. I lie down in my bed, staring at the ceiling, listening to the scratching that's been getting louder these past few weeks, louder and closer. And then I see him, standing at the foot of my bed like he always has, bag slung over his shoulder, hair black and streaked with blood and bone, eyes that don't shine, they devour. He doesn't speak, he doesn't need to. I close my eyes, and I feel it, my final breath, slipping from my lungs like mist. There is no light, no tunnels, no angels, no fire, just cold. The tearing sensation like fingers pulling at threads deep inside me, and then darkness. When I open my eyes again, I'm somewhere else. A place where there is no sky, no ground, only endless swirling shadows stitched with faint whispers. I'm inside him, inside Graven Hollow. A voice echoes through the void. My voice, her voice, and 1,000 others. Tattered coat and broken grin, Graven Hollow's creeping in. We're all here, trapped, remembering, forgetting, singing. And somewhere deep in the darkness, I feel Emily's hand brush mine, just once, then even that is taken away. The end. And there you go. Really reckoning. Anyway, that's the end of that one. Thank you so much for giving me this, by the way. You just created a whole nother series for me to do, so thank you very much. Bye, guys. Have a lovely day.